Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Taylor Dayne has a connection to this golden bachelorette star. Music artist Taylor Dayne has made several appearances on reality TV shows throughout the years, but she's never competed in a dating show just yet. Nonetheless, she does have quite the connection to the Bachelor franchise. Read on to find out how the two are linked. Was Taylor Dayne on The Golden Bachelorette? In episode 2 of The Golden Bachelorette, Taylor made an appearance and performed her timeless classic, Tell It to My Heart, for their throwback senior prom. During the episode, contestant Jordan Heller spoke to the leading lady Joan Vassos. Interestingly, he revealed that he used to be in a relationship with Taylor 5 years ago. The singer herself responded and admitted that she has no memory of ever dating Jordan. She also revealed that multiple contestants from this season have come up to her and asked if they've connected before. A couple of them came backstage and said, "Did we go on a date?" I was like, "What?" I said, "Honey, if it was on Hinge or Bumble, it's possible," Dayne expressed. He's still in the running for Joan's heart, so Jordan might spill more about his and Joan's past fling. But in the eyes of Dayne, it clearly wasn't that memorable. Is Taylor married? As of now, Taylor isn't married and is not in a relationship. She's never been married, but that didn't stop her from starting a family. She is the proud mother of 2 children via surrogacy. While she's never tied the knot, that doesn't mean that the singer hasn't been in romantic relationships in the past. So I've had many, not many, but I could say I've been in love, like really in love 6 or 7 times, like in a relationship, at this point in my life, Dayne shared. Outside of this potential former relationship with Jordan Heller, she's never been involved in a public relationship. There's no telling whether or not some of her past lovers are famous faces. What is Taylor Dayne working on? Dayne may be seen as an 80s pop star, but she's still working and showing off her music talents to this day. In fact, she was set to headline alongside Paula Abdul in a fall 2024 Canada tour. However, Paula got injured and Taylor decided to cancel the tour altogether. Outside of music, she has been getting more into philanthropy work. After beating colon cancer in 2022, she is now the spokesperson for Wacoal's Fit for the Cure campaign for breast cancer. The glittering world of romance and music collided in a most unexpected way on the first night of the Golden Bachelorette. As the spotlight settled on the stunning array of eligible seniors, one woman in particular seemed to glow with a special aura. Not only did she capture the attention of the show's dashing lead, but she also held a secret connection to an icon from the world of pop. None other than Taylor Dayne. For those familiar with the magnetic allure of the 80s and 90s pop sensation, Taylor Dayne needs no introduction. Her hits like Tell It to My Heart and Love Will Lead You Back have been the soundtrack of countless love stories. Yet few know that Taylor's path crossed with one of the women vying for the Golden Bachelorette's heart in a deeply personal way, a story filled with fate, music, and enduring friendship. A love song from the past. Let's travel back in time, to the late 80s when Taylor Dayne was riding high on the charts. In a smoky, neon-lit nightclub in New York City, a woman named Sharon Davis, who would later become one of the bold contenders for love on The Golden Bachelorette, was there to witness a performance that would alter her life's course. Sharon was in her 30s, living out her youth with vivacity, a mother of 2, and newly single after a tough divorce. The heartache of the past few years had weighed heavily on her, but that night, something shifted. Sharon had heard whispers of Taylor Dayne's music and was intrigued by the singer's sultry voice and fierce stage presence. When Taylor's rich voice filled the club, Sharon felt a kind of magic in the air. Her heart, wounded by betrayal and loss, found solace in the emotional power of the lyrics. Tell It to My Heart became an anthem of sorts for Sharon, a reminder that love, no matter how bruising, was still out there waiting for her. As fate would have it, that night Sharon wasn't merely a passive observer. She was invited backstage by a mutual friend of hers and Taylor's, a connection that would turn out to be far more significant than Sharon could have ever imagined. It was here, in that backstage haze of excitement, where Sharon first met Taylor. I remember feeling like I was standing before a force of nature, Sharon would later recount. Taylor had this energy, this raw confidence that was magnetic. But more than anything, she was kind. She took the time to talk to me like we were old friends. The two women bonded over their shared experiences of love and heartbreak, discussing everything from motherhood to the complexities of dating. Sharon confided in Taylor about her recent divorce, and Taylor, who was navigating the tumultuous waters of fame and relationships, offered advice that stuck with Sharon for decades. Love, in whatever form it takes, will come back to you, Taylor had said that night. Sometimes you just need to be brave enough to keep your heart open. A friendship that spanned decades. What Sharon didn't realize at the time was that this chance encounter was the beginning of a lifelong friendship. Over the years, Sharon and Taylor stayed in touch. As Taylor's career soared, Sharon followed her journey closely, attending concerts, sending messages of support, and even visiting Taylor backstage during her tours. The two would exchange letters. Yes, letters in the pre-email age, keeping each other updated on their personal lives. In one of those letters, Sharon shared the news that she had fallen in love again. This time, it was different. The relationship, though brief, was intense and transformative. But once again, love didn't last. Sharon's second marriage ended in heartbreak, and Taylor, ever the supportive friend, encouraged her to keep believing. It was in these moments of vulnerability that Taylor's songs took on a new depth for Sharon. Love Will Lead You Back became more than just a hit song. It was a promise, one that Taylor and Sharon both held onto through the years. Even as life took them in different directions, their connection endured like the constant rhythm of a familiar tune. Fast forward to the Golden Bachelorette. When Sharon was first approached to join the Golden Bachelorette, she was hesitant. At 65, she had experienced more than her fair share of love and loss. Could she really put herself out there again, this time on national television? Taylor was one of the first people she called to discuss the opportunity. Taylor, who had been in the public eye for decades, understood the vulnerability that came with baring your soul for the world to see. Her advice was simple. If you feel even the slightest spark, go for it. You've earned your happiness. With Taylor's words ringing in her ears, Sharon decided to take the leap. On the first night of the Golden Bachelorette, as Sharon stepped out of the limousine in a stunning gold gown, the producers were unaware of the invisible string that connected her to a pop legend. But Sharon carried that connection with pride, knowing that Taylor's friendship, wisdom, and music had guided her through some of the darkest and brightest moments of her life. As the season unfolded, the connection between Sharon and Taylor remained a well-kept secret. But behind the scenes, Taylor was cheering for her friend, quietly supporting her through texts and late-night phone calls. Watching Sharon blossom on screen, Taylor knew that her friend's time for love had finally come. A love story yet to be written. As Sharon continues her journey on the Golden Bachelorette, the world watches in anticipation to see if she'll find the love she's always deserved. And while her connection to Dayne may not be a central part of the show's narrative, it's a reminder of how music, friendship, and love are all intertwined in the most unexpected ways. Who knows, perhaps one day Sharon will walk down the aisle to one of Taylor's iconic ballads, a fitting end to a story that began with a love song so many years ago. Until then, both women will keep their hearts open, knowing that love, like music, always finds a way to lead you back.